Good morning, Reverend Swamijis, distinguished guests and friends. I'm honored to have been asked to read this letter from our Congressman Matt Cartwright from the 17th District in Pennsylvania. Congress of the United States, House of Representatives, Washington, D.C. I write to congratulate the entirety of the Arsha Vidya Gurukulam for 32 years of devotion to profound knowledge and a path of inner growth. I'm sure that the programs and offerings of the Gurukulam have inspired and illuminated many. The Pocono region has been enriched by the programs and events the Arsha Vidya Gurukulam provides. Its presence has contributed to the allure of the Poconos as a destination where one can be rejuvenated by nature. I'm sure each of your visitors have a unique experience as they enjoy the pastoral settings and pursue instructional programs rooted in classical Indian disciplines. As Congressman, I am proud to represent communities of learning like the Arsha Vidya Gurukulam. Please accept my sincere congratulations for your good works. May the offerings of the Arsha Vidya Gurukulam continue to inspire and enlighten for many years. Sincerely, Matthew A. Cartwright, Congressman, United States. Thank you.
Shri Guru Namaha, respected Swamijis, distinguished guests and friends, with the grace of Lord Dakshinamurti, blessings of Puja Swamiji and guidance of our Swamijis, board members and all the supporters, we have successfully completed 32 years of Seva in the teaching of Vedanta, Sanskritam, meditation and yoga. We welcome 33rd year with a smile, with the same spirit and enthusiasm. It's my greatest pleasure to present to you our year 2017 programs and activities which were held at the Gurukulam under the guidance of our revered Swami Vidyatatmanandaji. We welcome New Year 2017 by invoking grace of Lord, by offering Maharudrabhisheka to Lord Dakshinamurti with attendance of 800 people in that winter, blessed by Swami Tattvadanji and Swami Pratyek Bodhanandaji. We continued 2017 with our long weekend retreats like President Day, Easter, Memorial, and Independence Day and Thanksgiving. Besides these, we also conducted Bhashan camp for adults, followed by 3 family camps and 2 children camps, unaccompanied by parents in July and early part of August. Swami Tadatmanji from Arsha Center, Somerset, who is with us today, New Jersey, also conducted a Vedanta camp in August. We offered 2 complimentary camps, one in August and other on Labour's Day, to recognize and appreciate our patrons. All the camps were well attended. Wish more people would have come, and we were happy to see a few new attendees during these camps. Well, friends, it doesn't stop here. We also offered 2 one-week courses followed by in-depth 8-week Vedanta course for adults conducted by Swami Tattvadanandaji and Pratyek Bodhanandaji from September to November. We concluded 2017 with year-end camp during Christmas holidays along with Lord Dakshinamurti Laksharchana Moola Mantra Japa. In keeping with the Vedic traditions, we also conducted and supported various camps, seminars and workshops in astrology, Ayurveda and yoga. We also encouraged and hosted Jain and Sri Ram Sharanam groups for their camps here. We strive hard to reach our people on regular basis by offering our outreach programs in different cities. A good number of cities have been fortunate enough to have regular visits from Swami Vidyatatmananji, Swami Pratyak Bodhanandaji and Swami Tattvavidanandaji. I see some new faces this year. They might be wondering what this Gurukulam is all about. Well, we teach for adults and children on Vedanta, values, meditation, chanting, music, drama, yoga, human relations and support. If anything more is needed, please let me know. And most importantly, the peace or the Shanti. The second part is, we always complain that we don't have time. So, time and tides wait for none. But we are always constrained by time and are busy with digital and social media. Friends, one thing you can't recycle is wasted time. Someone asked, why are you wasting your time? I can go to Siri and ask. If you ask Siri, Siri would prompt you by saying, sorry, I can't help you. Please go to the Gurukulam and then learn. So you have no choice but to come here and learn. The Gurukulam is happy to facilitate teaching programs through family camps and other activities. If you are not able to attend our weekend or week-long programs, which we understand, at least try to attend our first and third Saturday, Sunday classes on meditation and Bhagavad Gita. Pujya Swamiji's love, compassion and guidance continue to bless us in spite of his physical absence. May you all continue to be recipient of his blessings by visiting his residential cottage Ganga, which is now named as Dayalayam, the abode of compassion. Thanks to Mr. Sabantika Shahai, Mr. Mata Chaitanya for bringing back all the sweet memories of Puja Swamiji. I once again offer my respectful pranams and gratitude to our Swamijis for their loving guidance and unconditional support to run our programs with ease and comfort. I would also like to thank our dearest board members and all our patron members and other supporters for being there for us all the time. The Gurukulam deeply recognizes and appreciates all your support and generosity. Lastly, I take this opportunity to thank all my loving staff members and also acknowledge their sincere support, strength and care that helps me to follow the words of Puja Swamiji to run the Gurukulam in traditional way to keep our teaching tradition alive and meaningful for the years to come. Thanks again. May everyone be happy and healthy. Thank you very much. I didn't exceed time, volunteers. Thank you very much.
I now invite Dr. Ashok Chabra to give an update on the new lecture hall dining hall complex. Ashokji is the former general manager of the ashram, currently serving on the board of trustees, as well as a practicing licensed clinical psychologist in the Arsha Vidya Counseling Center. Ashokji.
Thank you, Krishnanji. My pranam to Swami Vidyatatmanji and our respected Swamis, and pranams to everybody. I'm just going to talk a few minutes about the new complex. That was the responsibility given by Puja Swamiji after Anand Guptaji's left. It was Puja Swamiji's sankalpa to have this building, foreseeing the need of the people. Our number increased and the current hall and dining hall could not accommodate all these programs. So the building project was conceptualized actually in 2010 when Puja Swamiji instructed Anand Gupta ji to start this project. After 8 years, coming over lots of hurdles, finally it is coming to completion. Like every other building, each and every part of the Gurukulam is built on donations of people's hard-earned money and hard work of our teachers traveling from India constantly to spread this wisdom to all the beings. It is pure, this teaching tradition of self-knowledge is pure knowledge of the self. That is our core purpose of this Gurukulam. And that purpose we don't forget. Doesn't matter what project comes. That core remains as it is. Not only this core purpose, the other angas related to this teaching tradition, we are also committed to that. Such as we have Indian classical dance, religious dramas, classical music, yoga, Sanskrit and meditations, astrology and Ayurveda. These are the limbs of our tradition. But core thing for which this Gurukulam was made, which our scriptures teach, that's the Vedic teaching of self-knowledge, Atma Vidya. We have lecture hall and dining hall which will accommodate about 400 people. We have a professional stage because sometimes the professionals do come from India to give the programs. And if you see currently it was only a makeshift stage, was not serving the purpose. We have a basement and also we have a kitchen and a partial basement. The basement we have mainly storerooms for kitchen, costumes for cultural functions and utility room. We have used the new green energy because everybody says we should represent, keeping with our values, that we should be using green energy to protect the environment. We use geothermal, which takes the energy from deep water. Either it sends to the water or takes the energy from the water. Just energy transfer takes place. We were really scared to take that project because it's quite expensive, more than $1 million. And we were scared whether it will function here or not. But we took the risk and it is working very well. When you get a chance, please visit. Some portions are closed because those areas are still under construction. So with Puja Swamiji's blessings and his sankalpa has come true, with Swami Vitatmanji's blessings and other teachers, respected teachers' blessings, Lord Dakshinamurti's blessing, the project is almost complete, and the major donors and many other donors. Thanks to all of you to making it a success. So we are planning to inaugurate this building next week, Sunday. This coming Sunday is the third Sunday, which will be a weekend student program also. We'll start in the morning 8 o'clock and have the function up to probably 10:30. And then we'll have one class there because we're inaugurating it. So please, there will be Homa. 8 o'clock they will be starting Homa outside the building. 8:30. We'll have 8:30. We'll start Homa outside the building. It's going to be a major Homa so that no obstructions come and we properly use that hall. So 8:30 to 10:30, 11, whatever time it ends, then the priest will sprinkle the holy water inside the building. Thereafter, Swami Vitatmananji will give a talk on Gita. And then rest of the building will be completed, whatever minor things are left, inside work. And then we'll hopefully use it for Thanksgiving and Christmas campaign. So let's pray to the Lord, everything goes well. Thank you.
Recently, and it was, nobody ever got poor by donating. And it's with that quote in mind, I now invite Piyush Uncle to the stage to give us our financial update and fundraising appeal.
I think you are right, Paul. That's the right quote. Thank you, Ashok ji. Really, summarize, our inauguration plans for the new building. It's a dream come true. I think I might have shared this story to you. This project is in making for last, at least, 2010 you heard, and maybe before that. Swamiji was always a visionary person. He thought, this knowledge is so important, more people should benefit out of it. And we looked around here how we can expand in our current facilities, and there was no way we can do anything about it. So finally, Swami was convinced that we have to, find place within, our 14 acres ground to build a new place. And we discouraged as a Swamiji right now with everybody's hard work and tremendous efforts of, making this place without any debt. Why we want to, incur this big major construction? But he was determined. And it just, happened, I don't know how many years ago. We were discouraging him and, with very prudent arguments for and against, but he was determined himself that he wanted to do it. So one day he called us in his private cabin in Ganga, and he left this thing to me and Avantika, that if we too say no, then the project is off. And I said, Swamiji, give me a time. I was surprised. I didn't expect that. I was attending a camp. But so after thinking overnight, I said, Swamiji, I'm for it. Who am I to stop the growth of Arsha with the Gurukulam? He had a great vision. I said, well, Swamiji will do that. And in order to prove that, of course, that time the building cost was estimated, we had all kinds of estimates from 5 million to 9, 10 million range. So I went to my bank and I gave a bank guarantee of 6 or 7 million, I don't know what it was. So Swamiji was very happy that this project is going to go on. We had many hurdles, as Ashokji said. The townships are very difficult to get all the permits, but with Puja Swamiji's Sankalpa and hard work of Ashokji's and we're all engineers and architects, we were able to get through that. We are very fortunate. All these things when we did, I came into the picture after Lata and Urmilaji found the place, and it was already, with purchase price was not more than 150,000 or something. And I believe it was a loan. There was Sri Kumar Poddar. He had, international service organization, and he used to give money on the matching funds, and that's how we started with a very, very frugal way. And today, look at, all the efforts. I never thought that I will see Arsha with the Gurukulam what Swamiji envisioned. So this is result of everybody's commitment to support this institute. One good thing is here, Swamiji didn't want to make this commercialized, and I'm proud to say this is not a commercialized place. Sometimes we do give other organization opportunity to come and spend a weekend. It's not to earn money, to have those people come and also shared our common values. So that's why we give them. It's not to earn any money. And this is how we've been operating. The second part to make this happen was Amita Patel. Her husband, who left good amount of money to her, and she was determined she wanted to make a lecture hall in the memory of her late husband Manu Patel. And she was ready to give a couple of $1 million. So I said, Swamiji, that's great, it's a good start. And so we'll begin with that. And then we were very fortunate. All the time we borrowed money, either we raised money through interest-free loans, or somebody signed the bank guarantee, but we were paying off. Everything was doing well. So then we were very fortunate, that somebody came and offered another $2.5 million if we can get matching funds. So we wrote a letter in September, something stating that we have a good opportunity to raise $2.5 million if everybody can contribute matching fund. And I'm very thankful that we were expecting 100 people at 25,000, which seemed like a lot of sum. Even Pujya Swamiji didn't think it was possible. But I'm very, very proud to say that about 108 people came, and we raised about almost 2.7 million for that. And then of course, a lot of people showed interest. They could not make 25,000. So Sudatmaji, started another project, which is about people who can give 10,000. So we have about 31 people who gave 10,000. So it's about 300,000, 2.7 plus 3. So we have almost $3 million. And then of course, Amita had, $2 million, and the anonymous donor had $2.5 million. So we had a $7.5 million. In Arsha Vidya Gurukulam's history, it never happened in 32 years. This is remarkable. It's the blessings of all the Swamiji's hard work and all your generous donation. And I did talk to Swami Vivekananda, if my health is good, I want to see that we don't borrow a penny, even though I've signed, the bank guarantee myself. And so far we have spent about $8.8 million and not borrowed one penny. With that said, our job is not done. As you know, in any construction, there's always some additions and some other new ideas keep coming. So it seems like that, we need another $3 million to complete the project, to make it debt free. We don't want to borrow money. So again, with some good luck for Arsha Vidya Gurukulam, another anonymous donor came and he says, I will give $1.5 million if you can raise another $1.5 million. So it's my humble request to tell you now, this is a great opportunity. We need now another 100 donors. Each can give $15,000. It's very easy. It's not that much, So 1% of that money, 15,000, can give you. If 100 of them give 1%, we can raise $1.5 million. How easy it is? Very simple. How many of you would like to see Gurukulam without any debt? Raise your fingers. Wonderful. So let's make a pledge. Repeat after me. We would like to keep this Gurukulam debt free. Say that. Please say that. We want to make this Gurukulam debt free. Come on. You can say that. It's not that much money. You see in surroundings how the institutes have expanded. It's for future. This is a one-time expansion. It's done for many, many years. We don't have to do anything. $3 million is not that much collectively. And I hope, we're going to send a letter, and don't forget it. If you don't have it, please borrow the money. But give 15,000 so we don't lose $1.5 million. The other consequences are, if we don't borrow this money, if we have to take, the loan which we are getting at a very good prime rate of the bank, which is maybe around a 5-6% guarantee, something like that. But still, that will make it, $200,000 interest, not the principal. So we don't want to do that. That's a lot of money. So I would urge you, to my senior citizen friends, please give money. Your children are well off. Don't worry about it. Please donate generously and just make this happen. I know the young people have to raise the family, so I can't request them, that strongly as I can request to my senior citizen friends. So please do that seriously. Either, give your name or, give anonymously. as we promised, we're going to keep 100 names, who gave, in recognition of their contribution of 25,000. So we have also included that the new 100 names we're going to get, who give $15,000. We're going to get another, wall, plaque in the, their appreciation of, their donation. So that's going to happen. We also going to include that about 31 people gave $10,000. So we're going to write to them if they can increase their, donation by 5,000, that making 15,000, their name will be recognized also. So it's really working out well. Just I talked to the people when we heard the good news of $1.5 million. I talked to some of my friends here, and already KK Dave gave 25,000, Pramod Deshmukh gave $25,000, and Arun Puranik gave $50,000, and then I understand Professor Kulkarni, who also gave 25,000. There's some other name missing. Dr. Bala gave. So it's working. It's not that hard. I know. And we need this money in next 2-3 months, because now the projects we want to complete, as Ashok already said, we want to use up the inauguration for Thanksgiving program. We do have to furnish. There are some there's a lot of details we have to work out. How we're going to put the furnishings, because it's going to be quite different than the setup we have. And I just want you to be proud of it. Please contribute. Don't worry about it. As you heard that by giving you don't be poorer, you'll be richer. I guarantee you that. It works for everybody. So don't be poor when it comes for giving, be generous. And that's my whole thing. Now the second part, this is because of the capital expenditure we're asking this. We also have our duty to support this institute. As you know, to run this institute, the way we're running, takes about $2 million. So far, we've been very lucky with your support that we don't have to borrow any money. We are just making enough to meet our ends. So we have not borrowed money. So that's also is important, and that comes from the either a gift for a day patron is the best, which is a family giving 2,000, and thanks to our President Trump that he has reduced the tax rate. So I think you can use that for giving more money in donation. So before he takes away, the charitable giving, for itemized deduction, take advantage of it. So please donate that part, because that's operating. The other part is just, the capital expenditure. And we came this far, so for $3 million, don't let us down. We don't want to borrow a penny. So that's my humble request. And enjoy the Gurukulam, and keep sending your children and friends, and learn this Brahma Vidya. Thank you.
A lot of people have worked really hard to make this event a special one, but maybe nobody harder than those audiovisual guys who have to adjust this mic about 75 times every time I come on the stage. So thank you for that, Kristen. I now invite Srini Raman, the Chief Operating Officer of Aim for Seva USA, to give us an update.
Shri Guru Namaha. Respected Acharyas, Swamijis, it's a tough act to follow, Piyush Bhai. Very tough. Such an inspiring, motivational speaker, and at the same time as a person, everybody gets energized in Gurukulam, and especially with the expansion of all projects. And so Piyush Bhai, we will try to continue this message of spreading, and even in Michigan, and then see what we can do to help the beautiful projects. I'm standing here on behalf of All India Movement for Seva, another beautiful project envisioned by Puja Swamiji, where we provide education to the underprivileged children, but also healthcare. As I speak, there are about 95 free student hostels across 16 states of India. That's a big achievement. And almost 7 to 8 chatralayas under construction. So we'll soon cross the 100 mark that Puja Swamiji wanted. there are about 8 educational institutes as well. So in total, we provide quality education to about 8,900 rural and tribal children. We also have 4 hospitals with a total of 100 beds, providing health care to about 100,000 patients every year. One of them is Shamlaji Hospital. I had the opportunity to visit Swamiji's ashram in Ahmedabad earlier this year. It was just fascinating to see the Shamlaji Hospital, what they do there. From simple cold and cough to plastic surgery. And that is possible only with the people behind who are running it. And so that is what Aim for Seva is. And it is Pujya Swamiji's vision to help the people who need our help. Now, in order to do that, here in USA, we thought of having programs to have 2 objectives of bringing awareness, educating our people about the needs of what Bharat is, and also what Swamiji's vision of providing help to the people. So we conduct beautiful programs by way of bringing rich Indian cultural heritage. For the last 7 years we have been doing it. We started in a small way, and this year we are doing 2 programs called Jagat Pavani Ganga and Nandalala. 2 productions. Why 2 productions? Because we are growing. We have officially 25 chapters across USA. It's another remarkable feat. And I remember about 7 years ago talking to Pujya Swamiji, and he thought that by doing 10 programs it was big. So he asked me, are you sure you can handle 10 programs? And within the first 10 programs, Piyush Pai, with your support, we raised about $1 million, and we continue to grow. And then, so that is also with the Pujya Swamiji's Sankalpa that is growing. So please support. There are programs available, brochures available in the Aim for Seva booth. You can visit our website, aimforsevausa.org. I think these 2 programs are running parallel. Both are starting on September 7th and ending on October 7th, all over the country. And it is all admission free, donation welcome. That is a model that we follow. It's a very niche model. Nobody does like what we do. Because in the spirit of giving, as somebody, as Krishnan said, nobody becomes poor by giving. So you have to give. And right now I'm reminded of Pujya Swamiji's famous quote. It says, give until it hurts. You have to see the pinch. Then only it is called giving. And now a lot of people come and ask me, how much to give? I said, you decide. But I can give you guidelines. It's like a weightlifting. How much to do workout? You start small. You lift 5 pounds, then 10 pounds, then 100 pounds, then 200 pounds. Keep adding. I say today, we make an appeal to you to keep 10% of your income as a goal. It's not difficult. You can start at 1% and keep it as a goal. And because there is a national survey conducted by India's Diaspora of California, which said on an average, an American gives 4 to 5% of their income to charities. Guess how much Indians give? Less than 1%. So if you want to be, Arsha Vidya Gurukulam people give more, I know, but on an average I'm talking. So you can keep it as a goal and give 50% Arsha Vidya Gurukulam, 50% Aim for Seva. Om Tat Sat.
Yeah, it's coming. I was asked, like every MC is, to give a few minutes talk on a personal reflection. So I'll do that now at this time. Many people come to the ashram for many different reasons. Of course, people come for the Vedanta and the Vedic knowledge. Others come for yoga, or maybe the learning of some Hindu fine arts, like Carnatic music or Bharatanatyam. I came because it's a family created and headed by Pujya Swamiji. I remember being a 9-year-old boy when I first met this great man and being amazed by how he touched each person in his path and made them feel that they were the most important person in the world. He ate in my family's home 1,000,000 times. He blessed and welcomed my new wife into the ashram family, and he showed up in the hospital when my 2 kids were born, and he named them as well. He was always our most valued counselor and mentor. And since Pujya Swamiji has passed, I've been surprised, but I shouldn't be surprised, how Swami Viditatmananda ji has now so easily slid into that role over these past 2 years. For those of you who were here 32 years ago, you may remember that my dad was the first MC at that time. So after he passed away, about 2 years ago, my mother asked Swami Viditatmananda ji if I could serve as an MC as a tribute to my father. My mother waited for this day for over a year, but she passed away 2 weeks ago. So today, I accept this honor that Swamiji has given my family in memory of not only my dad, but also my mom. We will now have our talks and speeches from our sannyasis, and we will begin with Swami Pratyak Bodhananda ji. Swami Pratyak Bodhananda Saraswati, a disciple of Pujya Swamiji, is a resident Acharya and the Vice President of Arsha Vidya Gurukulam. Swamiji has been teaching Vedanta for over 25 years in Surat, India, under the auspices of Vishwamangalam and also abroad. Swamiji follows the traditional methods of teaching Vedanta, infused with his characteristic humor and charming delivery, making a complex subject matter approachable. He is fluent in English, Hindi, and Gujarati. Swamiji gives captivating discourses in all 3 languages. He teaches not only Vedantic texts like the Gita, Upanishads, Panchadasi, and the like, but also the Ramayana and Bhagavata Purana. With his love and understanding, Swamiji has endeared himself to all those who has come in touch across this world. May I now request Swami Pratyak Bodhananda ji to say a few words.
तच्छयोरा वृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवीः स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजं शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शं चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Chant with me. निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. Respected Pujya Swami Dayanji Maharaj, Swami, today I was remembering Swamiji was there 4 years before for anniversary. Or Gurudev, Swami Viditatmananda Maharaj, Viditatmananda Maharaj, all my Swamini friends and board members and devotees. First we have to celebrate the 32nd anniversary. It's a new year we are beginning. It's a great thing achievement for Arsha Vidya Gurukulam. Here, all human being wants freedom only. Nobody wants bondage. To gain the freedom, we require first a relative freedom and that absolute freedom. Relative freedom is from psychological past, etc. And then absolute freedom in terms of knowledge is possible. So in Vedanta, we have three terms, three obstacles to the moksha. Malam, Vikshepaha, Avaranam. Malam is impurities. Impurities in our mind, in Pujya Swamiji's language, unmanageable desires. One has to learn to manage the desire. Desire did not manage me, I should manage them. That is for Malam is mainly uncontrolled raga, dvesha, likes and dislikes. To bring them under dharma. What is dharma I like? What is adharma I dislike? If this change I bring in me with the help of karma yoga, the first obstacle, malam, I can get over, that is called chitta shuddhi. Second level is this chanchalya, chitta chanchalya. Mind doesn't stay with the subject matter. It keeps moving to different objects without any much thing to gain. This can be corrected by meditation. That is for yoga, dhyana yoga, bhakti yoga. To handle the chitta vikshepa chanchalya and to have a focused, composed mind. Samahita chittam. Chitta ekagrata. And third is the avaranam. Avaranam is cover. What conceals something? My swarupa, my real nature is covered by this veil of ignorance, and it cannot go by action. It can only go by appropriate knowledge. And one more thing, that knowledge has to come from means of knowledge, and that means of knowledge is Vedanta. Vedantu nama Upanishad pramanam. That Vedanta helps, that Akhandakara vritti helps, its arrival helps to get rid of this avaranam, and you gain the freedom. Yad gatvana nivartante tadhama paramam mama. Gaining which freedom, you don't lose it. It is nitya prapti. Though it is apraptasya prapti, it is not. It is praptasya prapti. Already free you are, you discover your freedom. And for that you require a very thorough, deep, serious study of Vedanta. But my teacher Swami Dayanji taught the Vedanta happily, cheerfully. Here is the teacher, you will not feel the weight of Vedanta. इंडिया में कहते हैं वेदांत बहुत शुष्क है, सूखा है, रूखा सूखा है. और स्वामी जी is different. You are smiling and you understand Vedanta very lovingly. He makes it so easy. We miss you, Swamiji, today also again. And now I have to go in some details here. I am given only 10 minutes. and I never cross my time. I have to finish in 10 minutes, okay? We're telling you 2 jokes also. I won't be forgetting. Now here, unless the malam, the raga devasha are taken care of, vikshepa can never go. Nowadays there are so many meditations going around. They don't purify the mind and they try to focus the mind, which is impossible. Mission Impossible, you know that movie. Without purifying the mind, how we are going to have abiding mind? Therefore, first step has to be followed. One need to purify the mind. Then only chitta ekagrata is possible. Second thing, my teacher makes it very clear. Dhyanam, manasa karmam, mental activity is also action only. Karma yoga is action. Removing distraction is also action. You do it consciously. You change the pattern of thinking from vijatya pravaha to sajatya vritti pravaha. Giving up the dissimilar thought and bringing the similar thought and dwelling, connecting oneself to the Lord. That is called Dhyanam. Dhyanam is possible when Karma Yoga is followed first. Even avaram will not go if mind is not focused. Sri Krishna says in Gita also, Sanyasastu mahabaho dukkham aptum ayogatah karma yoga vina, dhyana yoga vina. If you have not followed the meditation, not done meditation, or chitta shuddhi is not there, you are not going to listen or understand Vedanta also. The very important thing is for the seeker of Vedanta to do karma with the attitude of surrender to the Lord, Ishwar Arpana Buddhi. My teacher Swami Dayanji, up to the last breath of his life, talk about one verse from Gita always, Swakarmana tavabhyarcha siddhim vindati vanara. Now come, one more thing I have to talk about this. This karma yoga involves action. Dhyana yoga involves action. Your freedom, deliberately doing something. When chitta shuddhi and mala rahityam and chitta ekagrata has happened, then you don't require to do any more meditation or any more karma yoga. Yoga rudasya tasyeva shamak karanam uchyate. Aruruksho muneri yoga karma karanam uchyate. To gain this thing you require action. But once his mind is subtle, alive, together, abiding, peaceful, then very important area come. Shamak karanam uchyate. You give up action. Renouncing the action happen. A sannyasa happen. For knowledge person takes sannyasa. Called Vividusu sannyasi. Spend all the time serving the teacher and learning from the teacher. Only job is only to learn. Why you take sannyasa? Why not you perform action and learn the Vedanta? Then it is said, once you give action, you have got more time to study and dwell upon the subject matter. Therefore, a sannyasi is free, he has no role to play, no duties to do, means what? Go and sleep in your room, correct? No, he has got all all the time to spend Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasana. If you are not ready here, it is impossible to sit and learn with the teacher. Only thing will come if you are not ready in the class is sleep. And you say to teacher also, in your class only I get very good sleep. Only problem, you are talking, disturb my sleep. Other very good sleep. Therefore, if these two are there, teacher's job to remove avaranam with the help of the means of knowledge. He doesn't do anything. Means of knowledge take care of it. It's very important thing. Arsha Vidya teaches this area. There is no experience involved. Swami Akhandananda Maharaj was asked, you have realized, you know the Atma? If he says, I know the Atma, all the logical problem will come. He said, Avidya Nashta. I can't say there is any ignorance now. There is no more ignorance. Sunlight come, the darkness rolls away. Knowledge come, the ignorance rolls away. Never stage a comeback. And then the real sannyasa happen. Vidvas sannyasa. By knowledge, one is given sarva karma sannyasa happen. That is the last verse of Gita. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. I have to say this much only, again go on and on. Never ask Vedanti to talk on the mic, they never leave the mic. I'll finish with one joke. A person used to go to kitchen every few hours, open the sugar box where the sugar container was there. Used to open the sugar container, look at it, close the dabba and put it, come back. Somebody said, what are you doing? He said, my doctor told me to check up sugar from time to time. A very obedient husband was there. And wife said, I want the same husband for 7 births, 7 incarnation more. Somebody asked why. The wife said, I trained him up very well now. You know what husband did? He went to another room, to the puja room and said, oh Lord, let this be the 7th one.
Thank you, Swamiji. Next, we will have Swami Tadatmananda ji give us a few words. Swami Tadatmananda Saraswati is the founder and resident teacher of the Arsha Bodha Center in Somerset, New Jersey. From 1981 onwards, he studied in the US and India under Puja Swamiji, attending a 3-year residential course in Vedanta and Sanskrit taught by Puja Swamiji at the Arsha Vidya Gurukulam, later serving as the Gurukulam's manager. After Puja Swamiji initiated him into sannyasa in 1993, he taught at the Gurukulam and around the country until establishing his own ashram, Arsha Bodha Center, in 2000. Swami Tadatmananda ji is a scholar of Sanskrit and a former computer engineer. His background allows him to draw upon contemporary scientific and psychological insights while unfolding sacred Sanskrit scriptures. He relates easily to all, including teenagers and children who love to sing bhajans with him with his guitar accompaniment. I now request Swami Tadatmananda ji to please come to the mic.
Sarashadasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Respected Swamijis, guests, it's a joy to come and celebrate this anniversary with all of you. And of course with our Puja Swamiji, who's present on the stage, not only in this beautiful photograph, but in some other ways as well. In a way, we've all been drawn here by Puja Swamiji. Some of us, when I look through the audience, I see some of you, we've been drawn here for 32 years in a row for this anniversary celebration. That power through which we're drawn here again and again. And of course, what is it that draws us? The obvious answer to that is this Adhyatma Vidya, this knowledge, this wisdom that Puja Swamiji taught all of us for so many years. We're drawn here. As Swami Pratyek Bodhananda very nicely said, for that freedom, we're drawn here. As you know very well, this isn't an academic study. We're not here to take notes and gain more information about what the ancient rishis taught. We're drawn here to undergo a process of inner transformation, a process facilitated by this wonderful knowledge, the wisdom of the ancient rishis as unfolded by our Puja Swamiji. We're drawn by this wisdom. In 1985, when this Gurukulam was founded, I was drawn here as a young student, drawn here to be part of the 3-year course Swamiji was conducting. A dozen of his prior students, including our Swami Vilasananda, were also drawn here to be staff members for that course. Ashokji also was drawn here as a staff member at that time. I was one of a group of students. We were drawn here. But that draw of knowledge is so strong, but it might not be enough. There are a great number of great teachers, gurus, acharyas, who have something profound to teach, but they may not keep their students for some very practical reasons. And I'll just share with you a funny note. When I came here in 1985, I told my clients, my employer, that I'm leaving to go to this program in the Poconos, but I said, if it doesn't work out, I'll be back in a month. Well, that was an awfully long time ago. Obviously, I never returned. And the reason I'm sharing that with you is there's a second factor that not only drew us to be here, but kept us here. We're drawn, first and foremost, by this profound wisdom that Puja Swamiji imparted to us. But there's another factor. When I came here, the facilities were very simple. There were a dozen old cabins. The Ganga building was there. Puja Swamiji lived there. Our classes were there. And in a very rudimentary way, the dining hall was here. But even though the structure was very simple, we were made to feel very comfortable here. And it's really clear to me that Puja Swamiji's value was not merely for imparting the teachings of Vedanta, but he recognized that we needed to be comfortable here. If we weren't comfortable, how could we remain for the duration of the 3-year course? So I'd like to suggest that how Puja Swamiji draws us here is twofold. The first one, of course, being that wisdom, that knowledge that he teaches. But second thing that draws us here is Puja Swamiji's care for all of his students. He is so caring, he's concerned about each and every individual. And that has been part of his bhava, his nature, since we've all come to know him years ago. That same, both the teaching and caring, nice way to put it, teaching and caring of Puja Swamiji they drew Swami Vidyadhananda and Pratyekbodhananda to Sandipani Sadhanalaya in the suburbs of Mumbai years ago, where they underwent course in the 1970s with Puja Swamiji. So that environment there too, they received not only Puja Swamiji's instruction, but Puja Swamiji's loving care. Great many of you have been personally blessed by his care. Many of you have gone and met him many times to receive personal guidance and support. That care is such a fundamental element of who he was and what his legacy continues to be. So we all today share in that wonderful legacy, a legacy of teaching and a legacy of caring. We all participate in it. What I mentioned when I came here in 1985, the facilities were quite simple. Now you see the facilities are wonderful. I just finished teaching a one-week camp here. It was delightful. The accommodations are comfortable and clean. The food served here is excellent. The lecture hall, everything that is here is to make us feel cared, because I think when we feel cared for, these teachings go in more. We're not distracted by anything. We come here, we are cared for, we can relax, and when we're relaxed, these teachings go in very deeply. Now, I said we're all here as part of that legacy of teaching and caring. Over those years, from 1985 to the present, almost all of you have contributed significantly to building up this Gurukulam to what it is today. And it's with your generous support over many years that Arsha Vidya Gurukulam has come up from a very modest facility to a very modern, beautiful one. Now that caring continues, obviously it was, I think Shadhatma said there were 800 of you came to celebrate the New Year Day. How do you manage 800 of you in that little hall? That's going to be very difficult, uncomfortable even. And even today, why are we meeting in this tent? For the very pragmatic reason that we won't fit in that lecture hall. So moving forward now, for the sake of continuing Puja Swamiji's legacy of teaching and caring, obviously we require the new lecture hall and dining hall. I've been through the building several times. It is wonderful. It's not only a sizable building, large enough to accommodate all of us, but it's also excellently appointed. All the details and installations and engineering, it's all been done to the highest professional level. And all of that, of course, is for the sake of making us comfortable when our classes and programs are shifted there. So we all participate in this legacy of teaching and caring. We're all benefited by it. Of course, as we move into the new building, as Piyush Bhai said very nicely, very beautifully, that there's some funds left to be raised to finish the building, and I know that you will continue to donate generously and meet those needs. And in that way, two things continue. We're naturally so focused on Puja Swamiji's teaching, and rightly so, but perhaps we shouldn't overlook the significance of his caring. We can learn from Puja Swamiji not just to use the teachings of Vedanta to discover your true nature as Satchidananda, Atma, full and complete, but he also taught, not didactically, he taught by example. how to be loving and caring. And as his students, every one of us, we learn both. Through the teachings of Vedanta, we learn to look inside ourselves and find that fullness and completeness. And as Puja Swamiji's students, we simultaneously learn to be more loving and caring. That is the glory of Puja Swamiji, the glory of this institution, Arsha Vidya Gurukulam, continues that legacy of teaching and caring. And I can't tell you how much I look forward to coming back for the 33rd anniversary, at which time, on the 33rd anniversary, we're going to meet in this glorious new building, so comfortable, so nicely set up. We will be this is, what can we say? This is the legacy of Puja Swamiji, something that has blessed each and every one of us. We have so much to be grateful for. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji. I'd like to say a few words now about the staff. The ashram is possible because of the contributions of many different types of people. Some people give their hard-earned money. I hope more join that category. Some teach selflessly. There's another group of people who contribute with their blood, sweat, and tears every day, knowing fully well they can make more money elsewhere. And of course, I'm referring to the ashram staff. They are the people who cook our food, chant the mantras, answer the telephones, sweep the floors, and run the office day in and day out. We are very fortunate to have this wonderful team led by Sudatmaji at the Gurukulam, who truly symbolize the Vedantic teachings. We appreciate their efforts and acknowledge their role in keeping our Gurukulam running smoothly. Please join me in a big round of applause as we say thank you. I now invite Lata Pimpalaskar to say a few words.
Pranams to Swami, board members and friends. I am honored to remember two of our valued board of directors, Mr. Ajay Chinchani and Dr. Anusuya Sopsundaram. Ajay Chinchani was a financial consultant. He practiced in Philadelphia area and he was board of members as Piyush's friend and helped us in the financial matters. In the initial stages of Arsha Vidya Gurukulam, mind me, the initial stages were very critical. So it was very important to have some genius minds, to have some structure to the financial plans, and Ajay Chinchani has given that. Well, I shouldn't say that because financial needs are always there even today, so donate. On behalf of Board of Directors, I thank Ajay Chinchani for his service to the Gurukulam and offer condolences to Ajay's wife, Bharti, and family. Ajay, may you rest in peace. We thank you. Now, Dr. Anusuya Somsundaram, mother of today's MC, Chris Somsundaram. Last year, at the board meeting, I remember Anu spoke, who doesn't really didn't speak much, but she said, I would like Babu to be an MC on the anniversary program. I looked at her, she was radiating with pride of mother. the joy of mother. Chris, you are doing a wonderful job, and your mother, wherever she is happy with the pride. Once a mother is always a mother, I know. Such was Anu. She had that Dridha Nishchaya, absolute resolve to do everything and anything she undertook. She had that absolute resolve to do at its best. She was a great physician. Whole Allentown knew her as a mom because she delivered thousands of babies. Here she was an ardent devotee of Pujya Swamiji. She was a board of directors, always helpful and kind, always helping people in their physical needs. And at a personal level, I had gone to be a consultant as an interior designer in her home and office. And I saw her ideas in the minute details she liked to work. She loved perfection, and we miss her very much. I know wherever you are, rest in peace. We always will love you. Thank you. Om Tat Sat.
Our salutations and pranam to Lord Dakshinamurti and Pujya Swamiji for providing us conducive weather and also convincing Varuna Bhagavan, Lord of Waters, to go for a brief vacation and depute Lord's son here, so that we are able to perform the function without any weather challenges. To begin with, already you have heard about the souvenir. We extend our sincere appreciation to our revered Swami Vidyatatmanji for his valuable guidance, and our creative artist Samatha Chaitanya for souvenir designing and artwork, our editor Jericho, advertising coordinator Nalini Rao, our photographers Kshitij Joshi is here, and Karthik Patel. Where is Karthik Patel? Is here, Karthik Patel, and our Sahadev Pool, Sahadev, very good, and our advertisers, supporter Vimala Sadashivam, who made number of calls for their invaluable contribution, commitment and excellence in the production of yearly souvenir. We would also like to thank the whole team of Sunlitho Prints Saylorsburg, PA, for their diligent and timely printing job. Give a big round of applause to them. Our thanks to Special Events, Mr. Butch and Rich, and their crew for providing us weatherproof tent so that we can conduct this function without any problems. Mr. Howie and his electric crew for electric work, and Mr. Phil and his crew, City Statement, for providing excellent, fantastic sound system. Phil, please stand up. We are pleased and happy to acknowledge our program coordinators. You can't deny them. Mrs. Lata Raju and Raju Venkatraman, please stand up. Where is Lata? And they are well supported by our Sri Lekha and Mr. Lakshmi Narayanan. Where is Lakshmi Narayan? At the right time they go anyway. And dedicated team of our volunteers. Big round of applause to our volunteers who helped all the areas for giving us their precious time coupled with hard work, love, to make this function a great success. And thanks for volunteering and giving our organization the most precious thing you will ever own. How can we not thank our second generation MC Krishnan Somasundaram? Lata Pimplaskar already explained Krishnan's mother's wish was that he should be MC, and with her blessings, you are doing excellent. I request Swamiji to bless him. Once again, I thank and acknowledge each one of you for coming here, attending this function, apart from all the ongoing classes and family retreats. Well, friends, long-awaited highlight of the program is to listen to Swamiji on vision of oneness. All of you have studied Vedanta, know for sure that vision of oneness is true nature of oneself, and that has to be discovered while one is healthy and fit. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy Swamiji's talk and be blessed. Thanks once again. Namaste.